Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
We're back with December 6th, 2023's top 5 comics of the week. They were last week's, next week's comics. Because we missed last week because I was sick and Murphy was busy. So we took a week off. But we're back. We try not to miss too many weeks. So here's this week's top 5 comics. Good. Oh, yeah. Holidays, sickness,
I think we've only missed like 2.
Yeah.
We had a COVID. We had a COVID miss and then my wedding.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we're...
Yeah.
It's already the end of the year, man. This is crazy.
We do pretty good. It's the end of the year. It's going to be some rough weeks ahead, probably, because that's typically what happens. I haven't really looked ahead. But, yeah. So, this week's top 5 comics before their last week's top 5. Number 5. Bloodrik number 1. We got an Image number 1.
Image number 1.
It's a mini-series.
Number 1
of number 1. It's a mini-series premiere. Bloodrik is angry, confused, and starving, unable to achieve success in his usual hunting grounds. He stomps his way into unfamiliar woods in an attempt to feed his stomach and heal his ego. What he finds will lead him on a journey of madness, violence, fire, and blood.
This one it seems very straightforward.
Yeah, it's very,
I feel like Image doesn't do a lot like this.
It's a 4-issue miniseries. It's just going to be a trade.
Yeah, it seems like Image most of the time now, historically, they're like these big character-driven pieces. This one seems like it's going to be a little more straightforward.
Yeah.
Which I'm always excited for. And it's writer/artist.
Yeah.
One dude doing it.
Yep. Really like those. Looking forward to that one.
It looks like the Hulk.
It does.
It's like a Viking.
Conan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Moving on to our number 4 this week. Our Bones Dust number 1. Another Image number 1.
Image number 1. Number 2? Question mark. So a feral child, equal parts predator and prey, navigates a nightmare landscape of brutality and blood inhabited by scattered cannibal tribes. An interesting place to poke around for a curious artificial intelligence. A 4-issue miniseries by longtime Mike Mignola collaborator Ben Stenbeck from Baltimore, Frankenstein Underground, and Koshke. Another short one. That's another one.
I'm here for it. I typically like just picking these up in trades, but like to see them come out and know that they're coming. Sometimes I'll pick up the first issue just to check it out.
Also, writer and artist. That's Image's. Yeah, Image's thing.
Dang.
We talk about it all the time. I love the platform that Image is giving these people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're giving these creators like a platform to really put out their own material.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like, you don't see that with the big ones.
No.
No. And then I'm hoping that's what kind of Distillery is going to do as well. Keep these independent publishers putting out
independent books.
Independent books. Yeah. Exactly. I will say though, Image has a lot of books coming out each week now.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
It really is. People listening, it's getting hard to figure out which Image books to put on. Yeah. Because we could have a top 5 of just Image
comics. Yeah. Yeah.
It could be all Image. Yeah. They're competing with the big boys now.
Absolutely. Speaking of the big boys, we got Batman 140 in number 3. Batman versus the Legion of himself. It's Batman versus the Joker in their most brutal fight of all time. But wait, Batman is also battling a legion of himself. What has Zer done? And who will walk away? The brutal mind bomb continues.
I don't know how up to date you are on Batman.
I'm
super
2 issues back. I'm close.
This arc, I think is going to be awesome. Zdarsky gets to do the Joker.
Yeah, of course.
And then B, they're tying it all into stuff like the Joker all ties into the series, the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it ties into Zdarsky's origin story, the Knight.
Right.
But I'm mostly interested in the Zur-Anar character. Like that's gone on a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah. I thought it was just gonna be like a joke and then be done. Nope.
Yeah, like
it's a whole thing.
We were gonna get it like, oh, Batman's in this weird mental state, so like
I don't know.
He's got this alternate personality, but it's like it keeps going.
Yeah. And it's a very Zdarsky thing to do, honestly, to answer the question of, can Batman truly save the world from himself? So like he sets up, like Zur was created to safeguard the world from him, right? Like if he ever returned.
Yeah, so Zur then created Failsafe.
Right.
To make sure that if Batman ever went off the deep end, then there's,
But backup.
Yeah, it's kind of like
but he's still here.
That's
the thing. It's
really
like, yeah.
It's gone so much longer than I expected. And it's feeling like by the end of Zdarsky's run, Zur-Anar is going to be his big bad, almost. Like, I'd assume that there's only going to be one or two more, like, probably this and one more arc before Zur gets, like, put to the side, so to speak.
Sure.
Especially because we don't know how long Zdarsky's going to be on Batman. Hopefully,
issue 206, the end of Zur.
Right. So I mean, it just feels like the way they're telling that story, it's going to be, I don't know, like we're going to look back at the Zdarsky run and be like, oh, that was when they had Batman's alternate personality. Zur-Anar is going to be what we look back on.
Oh, I think, yeah.
But also, I love Jimenez's Joker.
It's really good. It's really good.
I think that this one, it's getting back to kind of basics. We're seeing a lot of status quo shifts, getting back to the status quo. And I like this story a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the homage to like the purple gloves and boots too. On the cover. But moving on to our number 2 this week, Amazing Spider-Man, number 39.
Gang war kicks off here. Supercrime is running rampant, and Spider-Man can't solve just one problem at a time. So Spidey builds a team to take down all the super criminals of NYC in 48 hours. Good luck, Spidey. I am so pumped for this event. I keep saying I'm done with events. Like, I keep saying I'm not going to pull them all. But especially after they had a panel for it at Comic-Con, too. And I'm super pumped about it. Like, especially with how crazy things have gotten. Like, in all these stories, like Spider-Man has been dealing with, all sorts of craziness. Miles Morales too, Daredevil. Like, this feels like we're going to get kind of right back down to, very nitty-gritty ground level event.
Those are the events I like, though.
Yeah, and I mean that's
and they always give you the event that you like when you are done with events.
I know, but it feels like that's like what Spider-Man's been missing. Like we've had he's been traveling dimensions and dealing with cosmic threats and stuff like that. But it's like, just put him down on like New York streets dealing with New York problems. And I mean, it's still the fallout from Devil's Reign.
Yeah.
Where Wilson Fisk outlawed superheroes.
Right.
So I think this is probably going to fix that. So there's stuff
that never sticks around long.
It can never last. Yeah. But no, also John Romita Jr.'s art.
Yeah.
I think is going to be perfect for this. I love how he's done all the mob.
It's so iconic on all these characters.
Yeah, and I mean, ASM's already been dealing with this, like setting it up. I mean, this isn't even the start. There was the one shot gang war first strike last week.
Right.
But they've been setting this up for like 6 issues already. Like I'm so ready for it. Plus, apparently, the Shang-Chi story is going to be big. It's continuing from Greg Pak's run that's going on now. We got Elektra's Daredevil still. Like it's a hell of a cast of characters.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm excited for it to be, like I said, back down to earth.
Yeah. No nightmare fuel.
No nightmare fuel.
Because some things are stuff of nightmares. Number 1, Sleigh Ride. A Boom Studios number 1. If you dare get into the sinister spirit of the season and join the Nightmare Keeper for a demented Saint Nick story, one who decks the halls with holiday horror, crafting a very merry, macabre Christmas unlike any other. As malls continue to die, a down-and-out former mall Santa named Hendrik Fiddler's rage turns to madness, and he's dead set on making sure department store shopping isn't the only thing that's deceased. Treasured Fear Street and Goosebumps author R.L. Stine is joined by Bram Stoker Award-nominated artist Pius Bach of Eat the Rich. I like that one. For another tale straight from your nightmares.
R.L. Stine, dude.
R.L. Stine, holiday
That's
season.
awesome.
Spooky season never dies.
Spooky season never ends. It just turns into spooky Christmas season. There's something about Sleigh Ride too. Like, it's low hanging fruit for a title.
It really is.
It's good. It's gold.
It's pretty
a golden
good.
apple.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, I'm just so excited for R.L. Stine though. Like, I mean, it sounds like a Goosebumps story too.
Oh, it does, absolutely.
You know,
yeah. And very like malls are dying, like very modern. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's just like an upset Santa.
Yeah.
It's like Bad Santa with horror.
Yep.
Like I feel like he's gonna be cussing and killing. Like, and I'm just so pumped. Do you know if R.L. Stine's written any other comics? That's what I was wondering because.
I would assume so.
I'm obviously not the best at knowing those things because, like, I didn't realize that John Ridley, the director, is the one writing comics now.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, he has a book called Stuff of Nightmares, and they've come out with multiple different. There's been multiple Stuff of Nightmares books.
Yeah. So,
and he also wrote Man Thing for Marvel. And he does a Kaboom book. It looks like Goosebumps and a couple things he's done.
Yeah. No, I'm just excited. Like R.L. Stine kind of. I mean,
but
he's kid.
It seems to be
from
with
our
Boom,
generations. Though. You know, horror. That's like our introduction to horror.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Like how many Goosebumps books kept you up at night?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm super pumped for this one.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm here for Santa like comics, like just like Marvel and DC toy with it, but they don't ever cross like real crazy lines. Like, I think back to what was that? It was I think the King in Black event from Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They had one issue where Doctor Doom and Iron Man have to fight like a venomized Santa.
I don't think I read that one.
You didn't read that one? It was a one shot. It was, and like, you know, but they don't cross the line, you know,
right,
just venomized.
Right.
So these independent books getting, you know, doing the Christmas stuff is always fun for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, Tynion started it out early though.
Yeah, he did.
It was still November.
Have you read that yet?
November.
Have you read that yet?
I did not yet.
Okay.
I picked it up, but he started in November.
Yeah, it's true. Cool.
No, I'm excited for this one, and we're gonna have to figure out a Boom Studios #1 soundbite.
Yes, yeah, for our awesome soundboard.
Yeah, for our non-existent
soundboard.
It'll be like boom. It'll turn out so terribly. Oh man, no, I'm ready for the Christmas stuff now.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Did some of the actually 1 in 25 cover eye is pretty cool. Orzu.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's a cool cover.
yeah, it's wacky.
But no, everybody out there, look through what's coming out this week because there's a lot of other stuff, especially starting to be Christmas themed. And now we're all just horror fanatics, so it's all spooky.
Now it's all spooky Santa. Yeah.
So I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, until this week's comics are last week's comics and next week's comics are this week's comics, we'll catch you guys later.
See ya.